add a couple of pieces onto that. So if you weren't here on Tuesday, that's totally fine. You'll pick it up right from the start. And then for those of you who were, you can add pieces on. So while you're here in child's pose, take a deep breath in and fill yourself all the way up. Exhale everything out. Good. A full breath in. Expand your chest, your whole upper back. Then empty it out. One more time. Fill up. A purposeful exhale. And start to build your Ujjayi breath. A big full Ujjayi breath that you can hear over the rain on the roof. And if you're at home, you can hear it filling the space that you're practicing in. Big full inhales with a pause and then long exhales with a pause. Downward facing dog. Keep building that breath. Move your body around any way that it needs to get moved around. Just coming around with some blocks for those of you who don't have it. Pretty much everybody's got a block, but just in case. Pedal at your feet, shake out your head, get situated. Walk your feet up to your hands, hang in ragdoll. Pull the pit of your belly way in and up. And plug all four corners of your feet down into the mat. The pinky toe side, big toe side, and both sides of your heels. The rain's going to challenge me on volume today. That's fine. Rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for your practice. Pick one specific thing that you want to focus on. We'll send out those intentions with 3 ohms. Deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull if you've got weights. High push up and pause. Right knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Big exhale out. 2 more. Breath in. The air out. Last one. Exhale completely. Look forward and move. Feet, hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Press into your feet. Go all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Knee tap on the right elbow. Knee tap on the left elbow. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in together. Purposeful exhale. Yeah, nice and big. In. Push the air back out. 1 more. Fill up. Empty to the pit of your belly. Step or jump to your hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Long breath. Look up at your fingertips. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Press your thumbs down on your exhale. Yes. Breathe in. Fill up. Empty it out. 1 more. Push all the air out. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Stretch up and go back. Forward fold. Halfway lift with your weights. High plank. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Purposeful exhale. Breath in. Breath out. 1 more time. Empty completely. Spring forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. 1 more, Sunday. You got it. Press into your feet. Stretch back. Forward fold. Halfway lift with your weights. High plank. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in together. Big exhale. Let the heat build. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Exhale everything. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and breathe. Get settled way back in your hips. Lift and spread your toes off the mat. Yes. Big inhale. Stretch. Twist right on your exhale. Open your arms. Breathe in. Stay and exhale. Back up to chair. Breath in. Twist left on your exhale. Inhale, open. Stay and breathe out. Back up to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing. Down dog. Right side warrior one. Step through. You've got weights in your hands or open palms. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left side, warrior one. Step, press, stretch all the way up. Chaturanga, hands to the floor. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in together. Clear it out. Big breath in. Exhale. Last one, fill up. Get empty. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose, one breath this time. Reach, twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Good. Chair pose, reach, twist left. Open on the breath in. Stay for the breath out. Back up to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee on the right. Knee on the left. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing. Warrior one, right side. Big step forward. Stretch the sides of your body up. Chaturanga, hands to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left side. Warrior one. Just one breath. Go all the way up to your fingertips. Low push up. Hands to the mat. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Clear it out. Yeah, sigh if you need it. Breathe in. Push the air out. New space. One more. Empty out. Step or jump. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Sit deep. Twist right. Inhale and open. Stay and twist. Chair pose. Twist left. Open, breathe in. Stay and breathe out. Chair. Fold. Halfway lift. Long flat back. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Press both of your feet straight into the floor. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Press down, lift your chest. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Full breath in together. Empty out. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. Get empty. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Last sun B. Reach. Twist right. Inhale. Open. Stay and breathe out. Good. Chair pose. Twist left. Stretch open. Breathe in. Stay and breathe out. Chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High plank. Get those knee taps in on the right. On the left. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing. Right side. Step. A full breath. All the way up. Chaturanga. Hands to the floor. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side. Step and plug that front big toe mound into the mat. Yes, Amy. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Oh. Yeah, get settled. Feet, fingertips, and your right leg straight up and back. Bend your knee and open your hip. And then add more breath because it got quiet. I don't know if that's the rain or if that's everyone practicing. Flip your dog, go all the way over. Now here's your first opportunity for a point-to-point stretch. Reach out through your left fingertips. Press down with your left big toes. Right fingertips to left toes. Stretch that line apart. Beautiful. Flip back over, side plank. Send your left hand up to the sky. You can have a weight in your hand or open palm. Add more breath. Point to point, crown of your head to your heels. Pull those 2 points apart from one another as far as they'll go. Nice, Paige. One more breath. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Send your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Flip your dog. You're going across your body, 1 point all the way across, up and out into your fingertips. So you go from taking up space to stretching all the way out to the edges of your skin. Yes. Flip back over, side plank. Right hand straight up, left hand straight down into the floor. So it's not just the left palm touching, but press away. Resist gravity so your left armpit pulls up into your body. One more inhale. Chaturanga. Big breath in up dog. Let it out in down dog. Take a full breath in together. Clear it out. 2 more. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Fill up. Empty everything. Right side crescent lunge. Keep the breath flowing. Get settled down into your feet, especially the ball mound of your back foot. That's your first point. The ball mound of your back foot. Stretch all the way up that leg and up into your fingertips. So your whole body makes the shape of a crescent moon. Good. Lunge a little bit deeper. Yeah, front knee right on top of your ankle. Then plug your front big toe mound down. Stay right here in your lunging leg. Knee dips with the back leg so they can hover or tap the mat. Go for 5. Back up. 4, 3, 2. Keep breathing. 1. Stretch up tall. Hands to heart twist right. Settled in your feet. Open your arms nice and broad. So that line, that point to point is still there. Your back foot, the ball mound. Yes, Philomena. Ball mound of your back foot. Travel that energy up your leg and up and out through the crown of your head. 1 more breath here. Stay for the exhale. Twist. Warrior 2. Unwind. Like a spring unloading. Land in your warrior 2. I know, just that little extra bit will take you right up to the edge of the practice. Extended side angle. Bring your elbow to your thigh or your fingertips down by your front arch. Add more breath. Half bind, top arm around your back. Full bind if it's there for you. Bottom arm under your thigh to meet your fingertips. L, lunge deeper in your front leg. You're so close. Peel your left shoulder back. Yes. 1 more breath together. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take 1 breath in together. Big exhale. Left side crescent lunge. Step through. First point on the back foot. Anchor it down into the floor. The center of the ball of that back foot. Straight down. Hands up to the ceiling. Press it down and stretch all the way up through your leg, all the way up through your fingertips. So you actually create the crescent shape in the... Yes. Come a little deeper in the lunge. Nice, Matt. Knee dips with the back leg. 5, 4, eyes on one spot. 3, 2, 1. Stretch up tall. Hands to heart twist left. Yeah, and if you need to adjust your feet, like take them wider left to right for more stability, do that. Create the stability. Open your arms. That point-to-point stretch from the back foot still travels up and out the crown of your head now. Big, long line. 1 more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Twist. Warrior 2. Uncoil. Woo! Vitality is happening. I'm sweating and I'm just standing here, so I know we're in the right place. Lunge down nice and deep. Knee on top of your ankle, extended side angle. Sweating through the 4 o'clock class I took, sweating through teaching Ignite, all good stuff. Half bind or full bind. You know you're in the right place because the breath can stay steady. The pose can be as challenging as you want, and as long as there's breath there, you can create space and sustainability. Peel your top shoulder open. Yes, Harold. One more breath. Chaturanga. Open up your chest. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now feels like a good time for a sigh. Deep breath in together. Yeah, let it out. Breathe in and clear it. One more. Empty out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Create breath. Way down into the chair. Yes, the point to point. Out through your tailbone to the back edge of your mat. Let it pull your low back super long. Hands to heart. Twist right. Open your arms, bottom arm between your knees, top arm up to the sky. You can stay squeezing in on that bottom arm or half bind, top arm around your back. If you want to head to bird of paradise, some of you are already heading there. You can take your bottom arm underneath your left thigh and meet your fingertips on the outside of your hip. Yes, those of you taking bird, take your gaze right to the floor. One spot to lift up and out. One more breath wherever you are. Forward fold. First 2 fingers around your big toes. Yeah, so you build the heat, you build your heart rate, and then slow it back down. Use your breath to slow everything back down. Let your elbows come out to the side. Yeah, chest to your shins. Release your hands. Take crow from the head of your mat. Crow from the head of your mat. So point to point can be a little bit trickier on crow pose. Start with the first point in your palms. Press into the floor and away. The opposite point is the pit of your belly. Pull that straight up to the ceiling. Palms into the floor, pit of the belly straight up. Pull them as far apart as they'll go. Yes, Kevin. One more breath. Step or jump back. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Clear it all out. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose, sit deep. A thunderbolt pose. Send your tailbone to the back edge of your mat and reach the head away. Hands to heart, twist left. Go step by step. Open the arms, bottom arm between your knees. Stay or half bind. Top arm behind your back. Stay or full bind, bottom arm underneath your right thigh to clasp your fingers, and then bird of paradise is last. Super helpful to keep the drishti at the floor as you rise up, and when you're all the way up, then shift your gaze forward. Yes, wherever you are, stay in the work. You've got one more breath. Forward fold. Nice, Ratana. Gorilla. Step on your palms, toes all the way up to your wrists. Come back into your breath. Make it steady and rhythmic. The inhale and a pause. Exhale and a pause. Different from just breathing in and out super quick to take your heart rate up higher in the sense of the energy building up. Take it back down a notch. Steady breath. Crow pose number 2. A lot of you are playing around with different variations of crow. If you want to take that on this side, you're more than welcome to. You've got time. Those of you playing with that regular crow, those 2 points, palms in the mat, pit of the belly up to the ceiling. So it almost, yeah, Jason, creates this spreading across your low back. When the pit of the belly pulls in and up like that, there's a spreading that happens. Yes, Elle. One more breath wherever you are. Step or jump back, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in together. Clear it out. Breath in and clear it. One more together. Fill up. Empty it out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Rise all the way up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Right arm under, right leg over. Pick your spot. Eyes on one point. Get settled down into the four corners of your standing foot. Add more breath. Sitting deeper, your hips lower to the ground to lower your center of gravity. Keep your arms bound. Airplane with your legs. Press that foot straight back. Point to point. Crown to your lifted heel. Make the heel touch whatever's directly behind you. Press. Full airplane. Reach your arms behind you. So you still got that point to point. Out through the lifted heel. Yes, Jim. Out through the crown of your head. Now, slow and steady. Keep that line open to half moon. Yes, beautiful control. So the hand can go to the floor or a block. That's great. That sense of the muscle hugging into the bone through the transition is what makes the half moon light, instead of completely coming out and then trying to get back into the full expression. One more breath here. Both feet to the mat. Nice work. Eagle pose, left side. Left arm under, left leg over. Drop right back into the breath, right into the four corners of your standing foot. It feels wobbly. You get settled a little deeper in your hips. And there'll be points when you're in your practice and you're like, yeah, deeper feels better in my hips. And then a few weeks later, you're like, nope, higher up feels better. You just switch it how you need to. Arms stay bound. Take airplane with your legs. Pull those 2 points apart. Different from just your body being long. It's an active stretch. Crown of the head, out through the heel. Full airplane. It might be so much of a stretch that the muscles in your legs start to shake as you have them up. Slow and steady. Keep the line. Half moon. Open up. Yes. I love the control. Super solid. Yeah, and then if you come out of the pose, you just come back to it, but there's a mindfulness to it now. An active choice about how you're moving your body in space. Feet to the floor. Right side eagle, second set. Right arm under, right leg over. Doing the work. Now, sometimes it might feel like, oh yeah, balancing pose is cool. Now I get to take a break. And for me, it is definitely not the case in the practice. This is a hard section to do. Warrior 3, reach your arms forward, press your right foot straight back. Point to point, fingertips to foot. Like I could pull on your hands and your foot would go back further. You'd get physically longer. Standing splits, hands to the floor or your standing ankle. Yes, foot straight up. Your right foot straight up to the sky with a flexed ankle. Beautiful. One more breath here. Both feet to the floor. Rise up to standing. One more side. Left side eagle. Left arm under, left leg over. But the thing about the balancing poses is the more effort you put in, the more muscle to bone connection you put in, the lighter the poses get. Not easier, but lighter. Pit of the belly in and up. Yeah. Warrior 3. Reach your arms straight forward. Send your left foot straight back. Those 2 points, super long. Your foot touching a wall, me pulling your fingertips. They pull apart. Standing splits. You can walk your hands down, yeah, or bring them down to the floor. And then you can play because the floor is here. So maybe you put one hand on your ankle or both. Maybe it's for a second, and then you put your hands back to the floor for support. Yeah, you just play around with that while your hamstrings open up. Last breath. Both feet to the floor. Rise on up. Standing bow or dancer's pose, right side. So if you always take your toes in standing bow, take your ankle. If you always take your ankle, take your shin. Let it move up a little bit. I changed just out of my practice this month, and it's made a huge difference in this pose. Now, eyes on one spot. Chest forward, shin straight back. Last breath. Switch sides. Standing bow or dancer. You just choose to pick a spot that's closer to your body. If it's on the toes, to the ankle, ankle to the shin. If you're using a strap, you choke up on the strap a little bit. Nice square hips, everybody. Looks great. Press your chest forward. One more breath. Switch sides. Right side. One more. Take your grip. Set your gaze. Add more breath on this one. The breath to add in the ease, to point stretch for the effort. Both of those things working simultaneously. Big breath, stretch, switch sides. You got it. One more. Create all of this open space in the front of your body. Space that wasn't present not only 10 minutes ago, but before you came in the studio, when you woke up this morning, all of this new space. Shin back, heart forward. One more breath. Both feet to the mat. Tree pose, right side. Basic tree pose tonight. So either cactus arms or arms straight overhead. If your shoulders or your upper back tend to be tight, I'd recommend cactus arms so you can really work your shoulder blades together on your back and spread out the front of your chest. Add more breath. Yeah. Now everybody knit your front ribs into center. Yes, it's like you're tightening up the laces on a sneaker. They pull into center. Point to point. Foot on the floor, up through the crown of your head. Pull them apart. Building that space that you need for handstands and inversions later in the practice. Left side tree. You got it. Place your foot. Be specific about it. Then hands start at your heart. You choose your arm position. Then create that balance. Shoulder blades together on your back, ribs together on your front so you can pull the 2 points away. It's really one of the secrets to a point-to-point stretch is having equal length on both sides of your body, the front and the back, the left and the right. Pull them long. One more breath. Both feet to the floor. Extended mountain. Reach up to the ceiling. Forward fold. Halfway lift, a full breath in. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side triangle. Step through. You've got a block if you want to put your hand on the block and then left hand up to the sky. Eyes set to 1 point, add breath. There's room now. Things are more flexible, more malleable. Your muscles are warmed up. Stretch everything out. The right side waist is where you'll need to do most of the work with that point to point. So pull your front hip crease straight back. Pull that right shoulder forward. Lengthen that line. Keep all of that space in your right side waist. Rise up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. Turn both of your feet to face the long edge of your mat and hinge forward. Walk your hands out in front of you. Maybe it's templed fingertips depending on how long your arms are. Then send your tailbone straight back. So it's a long straight line from tailbone to fingertips. You might even find a space. You find that sweet spot where your weight is leaning back into your hips, but you've still got your hands on the floor. Yeah, some of you are playing around a little bit further forward, a little bit further back. Until you can almost feel like the vertebrae in your spine are starting to lengthen. There's more space between them as you stretch. Beautiful. Walk your hands back to center. Rise up to standing. Namaste, front facing forward fold or splits. Got a lot of you working on splits pose, so maybe it's the splits tonight. If you want to put a block underneath your hip, it's there for you. You have 2 blocks, want to use them on your hands. That's also a great way to work on splits. Those of you in the namaste fold, soften the toes, press down with your big toe mounds. Yes, Angela, just like that. Big toe mounds down so the weight stays on the inner line of both of your legs. Those of you in the split, front toes up to the ceiling. Yes. Beautiful. Twisting triangle or twisting split. In the twisting split, it might be that your right hand comes around your back and lands on the outside of your hip. There you go, Kelly. Heart wide open, regardless of your pose. Open up your chest and bring it into the twist with you. One more breath wherever you are. High to low push-up. The most graceful transition in the practice, the splits to the chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. I'm trying to figure out a way to make that graceful, and it's just not a thing. Left side triangle, step through. Some parts of the practice look like a beautiful dance, and other parts are just kind of just making your way and trying to figure it out. Stretch out to your fingertips and feet. Point to point on your left side waist. Pull that left hip crease deep into your body, and it might take a little bit of softness in the front knee to help deepen that crease. Just a little bit of bend to give the crease somewhere to go. Shoulder away from the hip crease. Press into your feet, rise all the way up. Side facing wide leg fold, this time with a bind. Either interlace your fingers or take a strap between your hands. That same idea of extension, tailbone to crown. Now you've got the shoulder stretch added in there as well. The breath got pretty quiet, so let's add more breath in. Yeah, it could take a sigh or an exhale through your mouth to reset it. That's fine. Do that, and then back to your Ujjayi breath. Softness in both of your knees. Yeah, good adjustments. Release the hands down. Rise all the way up to standing. Namaste front facing or splits. Set up your block or your blocks, or take the namaste fold. Work to square your hips on this side. So it's the right hip that's going to try and pull you back out of the stretch. Just pull it forward and suck your left thigh bone straight back. I won't say into your hip socket because you can't do that, and Philomena's in here and will scold me for it after class. It's left thigh bone pulls back, but not further into the hip socket. Square hips. Soften your toes. Add more breath. Twisting triangle or twisting split. So nothing changes. Square hips stay strong, legs stay strong. Open up the whole torso. You're right up to the surface of your chest. One more breath here. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Clear it out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breath out. Last one. Empty it out. Roll out to a high plank. Shoulders right over your wrists. 2 choices here. You can stay in the plank. The stretches from heels to crown, or mountain climbers. Knees into your nose for the count of 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, fingers down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way to the floor. Superman, reach your arms out in front. Temple your fingers on the floor for this first one. Superman, super long arms. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. So for the first one, you're not lifting your feet off the floor. Press them down into the mat. Temple your fingertips and press your fingertips into the mat. Yes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull the pit of your belly in. Lift your shoulders, lift your fingertips. Feet stay on the floor. Lift the fingertips. It's not going to be very high. Yes, I know. Pit of the belly in and up. Breathe right here. Stretch. Lower down. Hips side to side to release your low back. I know, so much in and up on the low belly that you might even lift it off the floor. Temple the fingertips, you got it. Tops of the feet on the floor to start for the second one. Breath in. Exhale, pull the belly in and up. Gather in the muscle. Rise up, fingertips up, shoulders a little bit up. Maybe you lift the feet. Feet come back down if you're crunching your low back. Press them into the floor. Good. One breath in. Stretch. Lower down. Hips side to side. I feel like somehow that version is way harder than just letting your stomach press into the floor. Floor bone number 1. Bend your knees and grab your ankles. We're taking 2, so if you want to grab one ankle at a time, of course, you have that choice. Rise up. Shin straight back, heart straight forward. Up you go. Bring in a lot of breath here. The back bends take more energy. They take more tapas, more heat. They need breath to create that heat. Spread your toes apart. Last breath. Lower down. Side to side. Floor bone number 2. Switch ankles or grab both again. Rise up and away from the mat. Shins back, heart forward. Take a big full stretch across the front side of your body. As much space as you can possibly get. I love all these toes. The feet are awake. Beautiful. Big inhale. Lower down. Hips side to side. Rock it out. Upward facing dog. Rise up off your mat. Let even the lowest belly stretch in your up dog. Downward facing dog. Hips back. Take one breath in together. Big exhale. Look between your hands. Jump through to sit. Come onto your back for bridge pose. Bridge pose. Plant your feet. Rise up. You can put a block between your thighs if you like that squeeze in action. That certainly helps the knees to chin, point to point stretch. Squeeze into center. Lift up. Shoulder heads tucked underneath you. Whether you've got your hands bound or not, whatever variation, shoulder blades underneath you to help scoop your chest to the ceiling. More breath. Big, full breath. There it is. One more inhale. Lower your hips. Knees left and right. Wheel pose. You can keep the block in between your knees or take it out. Tuck your fingertips, rise up. Wheel pose number 1. Up and away from the mat. Up and away from the mat. And maybe you lift one hand off the mat so you've got the stretch from the lifted hand to the opposite foot. Lower down. Breath in together. Full breath out. Number 2, wheel pose. Press the palms down and lift up. Big, long stretch across your body. Right foot to left hand to right foot. Lower down. Breathe in together. Exhale it out. Number 3, halfway point. Rise up. You got it. Each fingertip, the center of both heels, connect to the floor. Lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Number 4, press, lift, go. You've got to ground down through both of your feet, both of your hands. Lower down. Breathe in. Breath out. Number 5, only 2 more left. Bridge or wheel, rise up. If you're taking bridge, stay up on bridge for these last 2. Wheels, open your chest. Lower down. Breath in together. Full breath out. Last one, last bridge, last wheel. Come up and away from the floor. Big, open, expressive back bend. Lower down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Oh, yeah, gaze up at the ceiling. Let your hands settle in a particular place. Steady breathing. Steady breathing. Happy baby or dead bug. Draw your knees down to the floor. Let your whole spine, your whole stretched out spine down on the floor. Legs straight up to the sky. Palms face down right next to your hips or hands behind your head. You choose. Lower your right leg halfway to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, switch your legs. Stay and breathe in. Exhale and switch. Really purposeful. Exhale and switch. Keep going with your breath. Let it be the abdominal muscle shortening, pulling together to help lift the leg instead of just the leg muscles lifting and lowering the leg. You pull in and shorten your ab muscles and stretch them out to lower back down. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Belly down to the floor. You can move your hands underneath your glutes if you need more support. Lower both legs 30 degrees. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Flutter kick your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back up. Belly down to the mat. Set number 2. Lower 30. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Scissor legs. 1 foot over the other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Belly down to the mat. 1 more set. Lower 30. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Pendulum. Swing the legs side to side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. All right, friends, grab your block. Grab your block, everybody. We're going to build on what we did on Tuesday. So I want you to be on your back with your knees at 90 degrees and your block flat against the tops of your thighs. So for some of you, it'll be flat palms on your thighs. For others, it might be your forearms pressed to your thighs, depending on your arm length and your leg length. So I want you to press your forearms into this block or your palms into this block. Keep your left knee at 90, straighten your right leg, and hover it above the floor. Pull it back in, press block to right thigh, lengthen your left leg down along the floor. I know, bring it back in. Keep pressing into the block, right leg and left leg, slow and controlled. Can you keep your low back close to the floor? Keep going for 10. Woo, shaky. 9. Flex your ankles. 8. 7. You got it. 6. 5. Keep breathing. 4. 3. 2. 1. Knees into your chest. Rock forward and back. Make your way up into boat pose. 1 boat pose. 1 boat pose. Up and away from the mat. So you've got all of this integration through the center of your body. Pull it in. Lengthen. Crown to tailbone. Crown to tailbone. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Downward facing dog. Oh. Well, at least it's just a little bit. If you just hate me a little bit, that's okay. Downward facing dog. Right side half pigeon, and I want you to tap your fingertips on the floor. Set up your leg wherever it needs to go, and then you decide if you want to tuck your toes in back or flat foot, whichever one feels more stable. Temple the fingertips. You could put your hands on a block too if you need to be up a little bit higher. That's fine. Stay right here or one hand at heart center. Pit of the belly in and up. You just worked all these muscles. Pull them in and up. Maybe the opposite hand up by heart center. I know. Press down into the shin. You got it. 1 more breath. Lift. Lower all the way down. Half pigeon. Oh. Make you earn the half pigeon. What's that about? So all of this point-to-point stretch, all of this expansion while you're contracting, this eccentric action where you get length in the muscles, but they're pulling in and doing work simultaneously. That's the piece that you need to get upside down more confidently, strongly, more stable. Steady rhythmic breath right here. Have so much breath going on that your brain has to focus on just the breath. All of its attention can stay focused on just breath. For the last few breaths of your half pigeon, you can stay here, take a king pigeon, bend your back knee and grab your ankle or your foot. Quad stretch might feel really nice at this point in your practice. Yeah, and maybe you make it back down to your forearm, maybe you're up on your hand. There's a bunch of different variations, so choose the one that fits best. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Left side half pigeon, left knee to left wrist. Stay up on the fingertips or the palms. Get your legs situated how they need to be, and then tuck or untuck the back foot. Whatever one feels more stable, press into the floor and lift yourself up. Maybe it's one hand at heart center. You can get a feel for that. Maybe it's both hands. Yeah, and there's this almost a sense of like kind of tipping forward, kind of lifting up, find right in the sweet spot. Pull your abdominal muscles in and up, like sucking them up underneath your ribs. Lower down, half pigeon. See, I did that portion at the end of half pigeon a few classes ago, and then I took my own class on Evo Go, and I was like, wow, that's brutal. Let's do it in the beginning. Let's not do that part at the end. Big full breath here. Let your breath travel and fill all of the nooks and crannies that you've made in your body so far. Let it wrap itself around the muscles that might feel sore or a little bit tight still, so it can soften them. A balance of softness and strength, the work and the ease. Stay or king pigeon. I find a lot of the times when it comes to hip opening that one hip is always different from the other one, and I'm not quite sure which one it's going to be from day to day. So work with exactly where you are right now on this particular hip and this quad on this foot. Just this one spot. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Take a full breath in together. Clear it out. Breath in, breath out. Last one. Empty it out. Make your way through to sit. Seated forward fold. Both legs straight out in front. You can put a block in front of your feet or a strap or towel around the ends of your feet. Fold forward. A slight bend to both of your knees, if not a pretty big bend. Yeah, so you stay. All of this length you've been building in the muscle. The length stays in the muscle along the back of your legs and up your spine to the back of your neck. Your opportunity to soften here comes with the exhale. With each one of your exhales, let your body get a little softer so you can melt further forward. Tabletop or reverse plank. Plant your palms behind your hips. Rise up. Tabletops, flat feet on the floor with bent knees. Planks, long legs, point your toes down to the floor. You can drop your head back if that feels okay for your neck. Gather in your abdominal muscles and lift your hips up. Yes, good adjustments. Big inhale, lift, lower down. Make your way down to the mat. You're back on the floor so we can get upside down. So you are very primed right now for handstands. I will say that. So if you're like kind of waffling about it and you're not sure, your body's very ready for handstands right now. If you're heading up to a shoulder stand, maybe you work on the integration of pulling your shoulder blades together closer behind you to create a more stable base in the shoulder stand. You've got space for that. Those of you in waterfall, can you squeeze muscle to bone on your legs and physically press your heels up? Yes, Jason, higher up to the ceiling to lengthen your legs. Like no matter what variation of upside down, yeah, Matt, bring your elbows a little closer towards center. That integration, muscle to bone, and a big long stretch from the base of the pose up to the ceiling. Squeeze your inner thighs together, Elle. You got it. Pull in your abdominal muscles, press the feet up. Good control, Matt. Another breath or two in your headstand or your handstand work, and then maybe child's pose or high hero to reset. Shoulder stands and waterfalls. You can make your way to plow. Let plow stretch you out, a big stretch. And plow to deaf yogi. Bend your knees, hug them around the sides of your head. Ooh, these eye towels are so cold. Slowly lower your spine to the mat, piece by piece. Hug your knees into your chest when you get there. Give them a squeeze. Supine twist right. Got one more point-to-point stretch here. Go from your shoulder on the floor to your top knee. Those 2 points, pull them long. Shoulder into the floor, top knee away from the shoulder. Supine twist the opposite way. From the shoulder on the floor, cross your body to your top knee. Pull that line long. Supta Baddha Konasana. You've got your cold eye towel if you like to put that on now. Let your bones get heavy on the floor. Shavasana. Legs long, arms long. Let your shoulder blades melt into the floor. And take a long breath in. Feel yourself up and up and up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back to your hands and your feet. Plant your feet on your floor. Rock onto your right side. With your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish our practice together with 3 final ohms. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all so much coming in the studio, signing in virtually, and making a very integrated point-to-point practice happen. Namaste. Good work, everybody. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, eye towels can go in the baskets just outside the studio doors. If you borrowed anything like a block, just leave it back next to the prop cubbies, and I will take care of cleaning those off. Have an awesome rest of your day. Have fun swimming home, and hopefully I will see you soon.